against Ricardo Pietreczko, Daryl Gurney of Northern Ireland against Florian Hempel, and then 2 all-English affairs to round off the night. Dave Chisnell against Ricky Evans, and Rob Cross will take on Scott Williams. And by the time we've got to the end of that match, we will know the completed round 3 draw, and we'll go through that kind of piece by piece as we get through the rest of the afternoon, and everything looks clearer with regard to who's facing who and who's likely to face who next once we get towards the end of round 2.
Yeah, things will start to take shape. Josh Rock this season, in terms of 180s, 359, a seasonal average of 96.03. It's his 3rd World Championship, made the last 16 on debut. It's hard to say, but he's not really kicked on from that. He keeps making small improvements, and I suppose in a way I prefer to see that, but it's taken longer than I certainly thought it would, because he burst onto the scene. He won the World Youth Championships.
Well, Gary Anderson has his clear reasons as to why he hasn't kicked on, and he said that the darting media built Josh Rock up too much, and there was going to be a natural fall off because of that. Well, that may or may not be the case, but a couple of Players' Championship wins this year and a maiden win on the Euro Tour for Josh Rock means that was a big thing. That's sort of the next step down from winning a TV major, though it is broadcast on TV. We actually only get it in the UK via the PDC.TV website. But in terms of television majors this year, Josh Rock has barely got past the early stages of any of them.
A lot of round 1 exits, hasn't it?
So he'll be looking to put that right back on this Ali Pali stage. And Rock has the darts at the start of this step. He's not really got clicking just yet.
Just having a look over our notes when I spoke to our friends from Billy Hills about my betting today, and
yes,
not going well. I went Ratajski 3-0, 3-1. I went Lutman to beat Gilding. That went desperately wrong. And this one I've done the match treble, so expect Griffin to win, hit the most 180s and get the highest finish. I'll just do the opposite of what I think.
Oh, mate.
Just looking out in the crowd, there is literally not a seat to be had, and even the VIP area is absolutely jammed to the rafters.
It was. The drive team from talkSPORT were in there last night.
How were the heads this morning?
Well, based on the look of them, after no more than 45 minutes of being in there when I went over to say hello, they were half cut, I think it's fair to say, at that point. Never mind what they'd have been like at the end of the night.
Only half. Disappointing effort from the boys.
Oh, the night was young. They'll be on in 45 minutes, Andy Goldstein and Darren Bent. Darren wasn't here, Andy was, so given that Manchester United lost, that could be quite a lot of fun to listen to him belly aching about another home defeat at Old Trafford. Rhys Griffin wants 67 to break the throw at the start of this match, 18 for double 16, and he's just inside the Welshman.
Yeah, and if he's going to win this match, they're the kind of opportunities he's going to have to mop up. Single 9, so 1 for double 4. Bit of early nerves. It gets there eventually. It's not a leg that he will want to remember.
But Josh Rock gets himself underway. Griffin made the World Series of Darts finals. Got 8 180s against Karel Sedlacek in winning 3-zip in his first round encounter. Played some pretty neat and tidy stuff with a 91 average. If he maintains that, he could cause some problems. Rock just hasn't got going yet. He's won that first leg, but he's averaging 66 at the moment in these early exchanges. And Griffin has the darts in leg 2.
83.
No scores of 140 or above yet from either player in this match. Griffin, the taller man, sort of purses his lips, kind of Dave Whitcomb style, as he releases the dart. Much more velocity in the Rock throw, the way he lets the darts go at the board with his Union flag blue flights, kind of his trademark. More plain blue flights, white stems, and your tungsten barrels for a more orthodox looking setup for Griffin. Comes down to treble 19 and can't pick up a treble. The trebles are building up already, although Rock now picks up a treble 18 on the cover to get down to a finish of 170 to try and break the throw and get an early foothold in this match.
Yes, and he will need to. Sorry, pal, it's the joys of owning a boozer. And the people, there's the black stuff with the white head.
Oh yeah,
they have there's a shortage on at the moment. They're limiting.
So I heard.
Yeah, they're limiting how many barrels you can buy. And well, Black Eye Friday was fairly heaving in the pub, and we managed to get rid of pretty much what we thought we'd need for the whole of Christmas. So
goodness,
panic stations. Leaves himself tops. Griffin sat on double 10 to level things up. Just on the wire, can use that as a guide. Oh, bends the inside wire. Bends the clips the wire a double 5. So well, what could go wrong went wrong.
Missed all 4 darts at a double so far, and Rock pins double top just to further make it worse for Rhys Griffin. So he's broken throw and a chance to take this first set in fairly short order for the number 18 seed.
But he's getting better. That was a 19 dart break of throw, so his average is now at 69.26.
But still, the ton plus scores elude Josh Rock at the moment. No 140s or 180s.
Just 1 ton. Here we go.
This could be a 140. No, better than that. Got himself a maximum, almost from out of nowhere from his early match form here. Griffin trying to respond with one of his own, all 140 in the end.
Like buses. Don't get one for ages and then 2 at once. Single 20, comes for cover, picks off the 51, should go back up. He is just changing the line. He steps over probably 2 feet or so, but he's left 170. Griffin again, 2 treble 20s. This time he does fill it. This one suddenly just caught fire.
170 for Rock for the set, but he hit the first treble 20 but couldn't find the second that would have left bullseye. So Griffin with a chance to break back here. 81 the outshot, treble 19 for double 12. 19 hit, 62 left. Oh, he went for single 12 and hit single 9. Shakes his head as he leans away from the board.
He's made the mistake there, I think, of chasing the treble, and he's paid the price. You're 2 legs down, give yourself 1 dart up ball, just make sure of the single. Well, he's hit a 4 going for treble 18, so it'll have to be 16 ball.
66 left for Rock, the 16 is hit. Bullseye for the set, and that is the set. Not the way he's intended to do it, but he's killed that set off nonetheless, Josh Rock. And the man from Northern Ireland takes an early advantage, just 6 minutes played on the hockey. And Rhys Griffin on debut at these World Championships. Made it through against Karol Sedlacek in round 1, but he finds himself an early set down to Josh Rock here in the second round. Second set to come next on your home of darts on the radio. That is talkSPORT 2.
talkSPORT 2, official broadcast partner of the Premier League and the EFL.
Darts on the Radio is our hashtag on our socials. If you want to ask Chris Mason or Paul Nicholson, our PDC professionals, a question, it's more important you ask them than me.
Please get in touch.
Well, somebody has. Sam Hart has got in touch. He actually sent this a couple of days ago, so forgive me for only getting to this now, Sam. Loving the darts coverage when I'm out and about in the car. Thank you, Sam. What's the best darting nickname you've ever heard, Chris Mason?
Well, it's actually a really good pal of mine, and his name is Mark Frost, and his nickname is Frosty the Throwman.
Perfect for this time of year.
Yeah, and he's played in a couple of World Championships as Frosty.
Well,
hope you're well, pal, if you're listening in. Probably will be, actually.
Well, and I did ask Paul Nicholson the same question just now, and his answer was exactly the same as yours.
Was it really? Oh, wow.
Instant reply, Frosty the Throwman. He'd also nominate Neon Nightmare for Stowe Bunce as well, who's been at this championship, the American. He's out, but Josh Rock is very much in, set to love up against Rhys Griffin.
It got better and better, that set. 24-dart hold, leg 1, 19-dart break of throw, leg 2, and a 15-dart hold in leg 3. Doubling good, 50%. Did eventually get a max, yet to find a 140. Starting on 18s from 305. The correct shot, 138 scored, 167 left. 2-5-1 Griffin. Set 2. Josh Rock won the opening set, 3-0.
Rocky's the nickname of Josh Rock, which isn't necessarily the most imaginative compared to Frosty the Throwman. Bullseye for a 167.
Well, it's a bit like Chisley, isn't it? It's just
Well, if you've got a favourite nickname, let me know at Talk Dance on the old X, or you can use Darts on the Radio as a hashtag, and I'll pick those up using that hashtag.
Yeah,
Darts on the Radio.
Any comments or questions, get in touch. The good ones we'll read out.
4-4 for Rock.
Well, 110 for Griffin.
Yeah, well, a chance for Griffin to hold throw, because it's his throw at the start of this second set. Rock got ahead of him. 19 scored, 91 left. Lovely dart, treble 17 to lead tops, and he's picked off a 110 finish to snatch the throw when it looked like Rock was going to break. Well played, Rhys Griffin.
Yes, absolutely, and that was an important moment.
You sense he needed that, Mace, you know.
For sure. Starting to fancy the job. Leads the 180 column unexpectedly when you... Well, he's got nearly 200 less 180s than Rock this year.
Well, he's come downstairs for the treble 19s. Found 3 of those, but then found treble 3 next door. So Griffin trying to get a bit of an advantage in this second set. Rock's throwing this second leg and is already down to a finish after 9 darts of 164. He narrowly missed a 160 plus check out in the last leg. What's Rocky going to be like here? Treble 20 again? No, it's gone this time, single 5, but he'll be down to a 2-dart finish here. Kurt Bevins doing the scoring.
Yeah, he still left himself a bit to do on 80, so Griffin won't be giving this any less focus as he nearly finds another 180. He did at 8 in that match.
Double 10 for Rock off 80 is killed off with 1 dart. Nicely done, 1 apiece in set 2.
Yeah, Griffin at 8 against Sedlacek. Remarkable.
That's some good cover on 1 treble 17 for Griffin.
Yeah, smart thinking, getting the 1 off and leaving a shot that can be completed in 9.
Prior to that qualifier in Wigan where Griffin made it through, he'd only won 2 out of his previous 15. His form was poor, so he found something special from somewhere to get here.
And that can happen. It's just a dip in form and your confidence takes a bit of a bashing, and it's a tough school. The standard of darts is bonkers on that Pro Tour.
Yeah, he's won himself a tour card, making his debut at the World Championships. Life must feel very different for Rhys Griffin these days.
Well, that's what you want to do after year 1, is just make sure you do enough to get here. He didn't do that, so had to do it the hard way and go to a qualifier. And, well, this is his 6th match of the World Championships.
And as you say, beating the likes of de Souza to get here is no mean feat, even if Oh, only 13 from Rocky there, even if DeSousa's counting isn't the best at times. He's still a fearsome opponent, the Portuguese man of war.
Absolutely.
A special one. Now, Griffin down to double 16 to go back in front. Rock has just hit a wall here. So double 16 pinned very nicely by Griffin. What was that for a hole? Was that a 16
dart? Yeah. He's more than holding his own here.
So 2-1 to Griffin in the second set. He has the dart, so he's got a chance to level it up. Rock less than 100, but Rhys has drifted into 2 single fives, but a good recovery for treble 20 with his last dart.
Well, Rhys's seasonal numbers is up around 87.5. 96 for Rock. So Rock well below par right now. He's only averaging 82, where Griffin isn't. Well, he's less than a point off his seasonal numbers, so he's playing to type. And he's got to make hay. Well, while Rock continues to struggle, he's got to start to try and bully him a bit.
He's got a nice throwing action, mate.
Yeah.
Watching Rhys Griffin, it's very
I've known him
orthodox.
since he was a youth player. He's a lovely fella, and it's just great to see him back playing, because he did sort of just not necessarily disappear, but took a step back. Sometimes you've got to take a step back before you can take one forward, and the 130 takes him down to 145. Leads 2-1 in set 2. 149 for Rock is on. Double 16.
He's way inside, almost an inch inside into big 16 there. So a chance for Griffin, as you say, mate. 145 is the outshot to win the set. Won't go. Single 19 and a single 17. Went for the bullseye and hit the outer ring for 25. Double 8 for Rock. Wires it on the outside. Good marker. Makes it count. 2-2 in set 2 on talkSPORT 2 in round 2.
With us too.
Yeah. Plus Matt, don't forget Matt.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the way you want to start a 5th leg on throw to level things up. Back comes Rock with a 140 super reply.
Josh Rock, who won the World Youth Championship in 2022, also managed a 9-darter against MVG at the Grand Slam in that year.
And he's undone his good work there, Griffin. 180 followed by 43. 93 from Rock, and they're on 268 Rock, 278 Griffin, so 10 points behind. Still effectively has the throw, but needs to find trebles, and he found a treble. It was a treble 5, only 36. He's in a world of trouble, and may find himself 2-0 down.
Rock was almost doing Michael Flatley then on the hockey, trying to work out where he was going to stand, because he felt the first dart was a blocker, and he comes up dry. No treble there. 58 scored, so 210 for Rock, 242 Griffin. Needs a treble here desperately, and again can't find one. Just 58 scored, not on a finish. 184 for the Welshman. Rock coming downstairs looking for a treble of his own. Picks off treble 18 for a massive dart on that visit to leave himself 117 for the set to go 2-0 up.
Griffin needs to lead this low. 80 scored. Oh, it's unlucky. Very, very unfortunate. It's down to 84.
197 left, so 57 leave tops, can't get it. 57 scored.
He's just taking a moment.
Yeah, rightly so.
Absolutely, it's a big moment. Biggest leg of the match for him.
To level it up in sets. 84 left. Treble 20 would leave double 12. Hits treble 5.
69, 19 ball. Oh, double 6.
Oh, and he's hit double 10. He's busted the score completely.
Hit double 10 going for double 6.
So Rock for the set. 20 for tops. The 20 is hit, but it's blocked the tops bet a bit. He shifts all the way to the right-hand end of the hockey, way above with the first dart, and pins it with the second dart, and that is 2 sets to love for Josh Rock. The chance came and went for Rhys Griffin, who busted his score on 84. hitting double 10 when he was intending to hit double 6, and he shakes his head with a rueful look on his face as he comes off the stage. Rock just behind him in terms of where they're standing on the stage, but he's in front of him by 2-0. We'll play to a conclusion next in this second round encounter, live on your home of darts on the radio. talkSPORT 2.
talkSPORT 2.
Josh Rock leading Rhys Griffin by 2-0 in a race to 3 in this second round encounter. Hello, if you're just tuning into Darts on the Radio, Ian Danter and Chris Mason, the Ace Mason, with you at Alexandra Palace. Had a question come in for Darts on the Radio using that hashtag. Thank you for doing that. Cricket Mad. Fairly simple question for you, Mace. Really enjoying Darts on the Radio. My question, says Cricket Mad, is who is the best darts player ever?
Philip Douglas Taylor.
Now I thought, and that's a fairly obvious answer, and we can explain that, Cricket Mad, because of the sheer number of titles that Taylor has won and what he did for the sport, particularly for the PDC in its youth. Yeah,
in its infancy, when we were all, everybody was, well, there wasn't really a lot of prize money to play for, and everything got ploughed back in, and players mortgaged and remortgaged their houses, and it was a torrid time, and basically he put us on the front and the back pages. People would not necessarily turn up to see him win, but they would watch just in case he might lose, which didn't happen very often.
See, there might be some people, Cricket Mad, that would mention Bristow, Eric Bristow.
Yeah, Eric's third for me. At this moment in time, it's Phil Taylor, MVG and Eric Bristow.
Okay.
For many reasons, and please don't people go on about averages, because the boards are between 12 and 15% bigger, the target area, so you can't, that's like comparing Senna's lap record to a
Stewart's,
yeah, exactly that. Or John Surtees, you just can't. Yeah, you can't make those kind of comparisons. But Eric was the first real superstar of our sport. He was globally recognised.
And we were only talking about him this morning when we were walking around the streets of London, the four of us, myself, Chris, Paul and Mark, heading to record our Aces and Arrows podcast, which will be out later today. So we're into set 3. Rock is already down to 87 after 9 darts, ready for an 11-dart leg.
42.
Might be getting rid of Rhys Griffin in fairly short order here, Mace.
Yes, he's got control of the match. He's left double 16 with Griffin back on 2-2-4. If you said to me he was the most talented player I've ever seen, that's an easy one. That's Luke Littler.
42.
One of our best champions we've ever had, that's Luke Humphries, because he carries himself so well. He's, well, the perfect poster boy. Not that he's a boy, but...
Well, double 4 for Rock.
Nice
Seals out that first leg, yeah.
Forcing in that situation with Griffin throwing second, you've got to find a 12-darter from somewhere to win that leg.
And remember, Rock wants to banish memories of last year's World Championship, where he lost at this stage to Barry Van Peer by 3 sets to 1, and now he pops in a 180 against the darts. And Rhys Griffin will be thinking back to that double 10 he hit when aiming at double 6. 5 perfect darts. 6 perfect darts for Josh Rock. I mentioned he hit a 9-darter in the Grand Slam live in 2022 against MVG. He's 3 darts away from perfection again. Only single 20 hit, the chance has gone. And he just cups his ear, turns around and waits for the boos, and almost accepts them.
Yeah, it's part and parcel of our game. And you know that there's only one player who's not been a world champion who's in my top 10 of all time, James Wade.
Wadey, one of the many seeds who exited in the second round. Remember, 11 seeds have gone before today. Rhys Griffin trying to come down from 2-7-4, but he's going to lose this leg and lose the throw. And Josh Rock wants 2-8, 3 darts in hand. The first is a good marker on the outside, but he's too far inside with dart 2 across the double 4 and is inside that, but he'll be back because Griffin's still back on 193.
How many times? Well, Schindler missed a 9, lost the leg, lost the match, and that's a beautiful 177.
Double 2 for Rock taken, so that great approach shot from Rhys Griffin ultimately doesn't mean anything, because 2 sets to love, 2 legs to love. Josh Rock is almost home, and he's averaging 107 in this set, powering towards the finishing line.
Yeah, so he's gone through the gears. We've sort of seen that from all of our winners today. Ratajski in the final set of that match. It wasn't in the final set, but his final set.
Good maximum from Griffin there.
He moved through the gears, as did Gilding, as is Josh Rock here, but there's some resistance from Rhys Griffin. He starts with the max. Can he follow?
Not quite.
Clip the wire, finds it with his second dart for a ton, so he's 160 in front, down to 2-2-1. Just joining us, Josh Rock leads 2 sets to 0, and by 2 legs to 0, so just needs 1 more leg.
So Griffin looking to break back, frankly.
Well, what did I say about my bet? So at the moment, the highest finishes with Griffin, the most 180s is with Griffin. Lovely. There hasn't been very many, only 3 180s from Rock, 4 for Griffin.
Now Griffin wants 151 and 140 rather, hits inside double 10, so he's left Rock on 151. This for the match won't go.
Nope, single 20 low, another single 20 low. Picks off the ball just in case. Rhys back for 10 for a 13-dart break of throw.
Was well inside double 5, 1 for double 2, 1 dart in his hand at double 2, and he's inside, and his doubling's let him down again.
Yeah, it's just 2 from 10, 20% on the doubles. Josh Rock's had 22 darts at a double, 12 more.
1 dart at tops for the match, and he's got it. And Josh Rock exercises a few ghosts up there, I think, after last year's early exit to Barry Van Peer. He has beaten Rhys Griffin making his World Championship debut by 3-0, and in doing so sets up what I think is a mouth-watering round 3 tie against Hollywood Chris Dobey. Averaging in the end, Rock, 87 overall, but that last set was touching 100 average.
Yeah, 98 average in the last set, winning legs of 15, 14 and 18. Yeah, I like the idea of the Rock-Dobey matchup, but I'll say it here, I think Rock would have to find 10 points on that 87 average to be competitive, because the way he played in set 1, 77 average, in set 2 an 87 average, he would find himself in the position Griffin was just in, and 2-0 down. But positive, you could see by the relief, he was obviously feeling the pressure about this match, because it really was just absolute relief to get over the line and get the job done.
Which is exactly what he has done. So he's through. One more match in this afternoon session to bring you next on talkSPORT 2. The Ferret, Johnny Clayton, takes on the man from Dungannon in Northern Ireland, Mickey Mansell. Wales against Northern Ireland is next up on your home of darts on the radio, talkSPORT 2. You're listening to coverage of the PDC World Championship.